Hello, good evening, everybody. So today we're going to do a catch up with Denise McClelland. Her daughter Aaliyah, she believes was murdered, and it was classified as a suicide. So without further ado, we'll just bring Denise on. Okay. Hi, Denise. How are you?
Hello, I'm fine, thank you.
All right. Long time, but I see you're still at it, which is a good thing. Now, I did put the old video from last year up on my community page, but probably not everybody saw that. So, can you explain again what happened to Aaliyah, your daughter?
Yes, on July 19th, 2020, my daughter was found hung in Houston, and I was not informed until July 23rd. And how I was informed was I woke up to a text message that read, "They told me your daughter has died." My husband had just gotten off from work, and he called the police, and the police said they confirmed it. They were looking at her file that my daughter hung herself with the sheet and left no note. And then after that, I spoke to the medical examiner at the coroner, and they said that my daughter came out of her apartment with a backpack, Nike slider shoes without socks on, walked upstairs barefooted, and hung herself with her fitted bed sheet, and she left no note. And through my investigation, I found out my daughter's apartment door was locked. Even though she walked upstairs and on down barefooted, there was no dirt on her feet. The sheet was, uh, it states in the autopsy, the sheet was previously cut and it was real short. The sheet, it was 21 inches, and the balcony was 33 inches, and then it's stated in the autopsy she was 66 inches. So, no way possible. Then I obtained a picture from the security guard that said he found my daughter. And in the police report, it states the security guard seen feet and he ran to call the police. So the picture I obtained of my daughter hanging, she is holding a cell phone in her hand. And I have over 40,000 people on my TikTok page that have seen that, and they all agree it's a phone. And I've had some people tell me exactly what type of phone it is. Um, my daughter's ex-girlfriend was very abusive, so I believe it to be her. Um, she's the only one. I believe it was like about 3 to 5 people that did this. Um, but the ex-girlfriend is the only one that throughout this, it's been almost 4 years. She's the only one that hasn't been quiet. She has left me terrible messages. Um,
Yeah.
she has left screenshots. I got screenshots, text messages, voice clippings, videos from her that is admitting her guilt, and she's saying that the people had something to do with her, my daughter. Not only that, I have the security guard that said he found my daughter. I have him recorded, and I asked him, "So you found?" 2 years later, I asked him this because I finally worked up the courage to call him because his number's in my police report. So I called
Mhm.
him and I recorded him, and I asked him, "So you found my daughter hanging?" He said, "No." I said, "You didn't find my daughter hanging and take a picture and give it to the Black Panthers?" He said, "No, I was mistaken." I said, "Well, you're in my police report, and if I found a body, I'm going to remember that." So then he all of a sudden remembered. He remembered all these details, and
Mm.
then I asked him why did he take a picture, and he said so the peoples could be held accountable. So what peoples? They're constantly making mistakes. The people I'm accusing are constantly making mistakes, not just the ex-girlfriend, like this girl that is considered herself my daughter's twin, her best friend. They looked an awful lot alike.
Okay. Let
She,
me just stop you there for 1 second. Um, the bodyguard, Abdullah, right?
right.
Okay, so let's listen to Abdullah a little bit. Um, I think, yeah, hold on. Let's listen to Abdullah a little bit and see. Yeah, this one, it wouldn't play on my StreamYards, but let's see if we can hear it because he did this on TikTok, correct?
Yes.
Why is he on TikTok? What is he doing?
He wasn't on TikTok. I had called him live on TikTok.
Oh, I see. I see. Okay. Uh, hang on a minute.
But
Let me
what's
find it.
he's Asian, suppose that's what it says in the police report. His race is Asian. What Asian do you know that?
No, hang on a minute. Hold on one second. Let me let's see, 1 second. Okay. He's Asian? I mean he may be half Asian, but he
Oh
looked
no,
black to me.
that's not the security guard.
That's
I
not
don't
him. Who
no,
is this?
that's who I did the live with on TikTok.
Oh, okay.
I don't have
Sorry, I'm thinking it's.
I don't have a picture of the security guard. All I know is my police report says
Oh.
Asian.
Oh, sorry, guy. I thought you were the security man because I'm like, he don't look freaking Asian to me. But you know,
No.
who knows? Anyway,
No, they would have said black because even if he was black and Asian, if he had a drop of black blood, you're considered black. So
right, right. Well, can hang on a second. I'm trying to find where. Listen to what. Okay. What the neighbor said. Let's listen to what Morrison. Yeah, I'm just looking for the. Here it is. Hold on. Let me hurry up my phone so we can hear this conversation. Hold on 1 second.
This is Abdullah, right? Yes, my name is Denise McClendon. I'm Leah Wilson's mother, the girl they found hanging at Pine Point almost 3 years ago, and you were a security guard there? Yes. Were you the security guard there? No, ma'am. I did the job almost like a year. Okay, but were you a security guard on July 19, 2020? And it was at Pine Point? And you took a picture of my daughter hanging? No. The Black Panthers said they obtained it from you. You didn't get the Black Panthers picture of my daughter hanging? No, ma'am. You had the wrong information. Okay, and did you find her body? Did you find her body? What? I said, did you find my daughter hanging though? Okay, well you're in the police report and your number is also on my police report and it said you found her. I don't understand what you're saying. I said you are in the police report and in the police report it states that you found my daughter's body hanging. I don't remember that, man. It's almost 2 years.
What?
Right, it's been almost 2 years, but if you
What?
see somebody hanging, you're gonna remember. Oh yes. I got it. Now I got it.
Oh, now he remembers.
Is it I think section A? Yes, yes. Her apartment. Next to the laundry room. Yes, sir. Did you take a picture? Yes, I took the picture, but I don't think so. I have it. Oh, okay. I have the picture. I'm not asking you that. police said they don't have a picture of her holding that phone. But the picture. Man, so that night the situation is really bad. So, like he's hanging on a grill and it's a really darkness and, like I'm really scared to go really on this. Then I called 911 and went to right away and the cops is coming to cops and all everything. I don't even know that she had a backpack on her top or next to her and what else. I don't even know that. Okay, do you realize the picture you took? She had a phone in her hand. No, ma'am, she's hanging on a thread. Do you really think she keep the phone in her hand? I have the picture of her having the phone in her hand. I have the picture. I don't even know about her phone, ma'am. Because I mean, this kind of situation, how would you take the picture? What made you take the picture of my daughter? Sorry? I said, what was your reason for taking the picture of her? I take the picture because I want to report to the manager in the morning AM. So when we've done the shift, we attach some pictures in email and send it to the manager. So what's going on all night? So you're going to be taking action against the people or something. So I just take the picture and attach and report. That's it. Okay, and did you know her girlfriend, Courtney Brown? No, I don't even know about nothing. Yeah, okay. All right, well, thank you.
All right. All right. So he went from he didn't know what you were talking about because it was 2 years ago to, oh yes, now I remember. It makes no sense. So I wanted to get, I looked at the autopsy report and read it through. And there's, first of all, Denise.
Can I say
when
something
you,
right quick about what the security guard
yeah,
said?
go ahead, yeah.
Okay, I said I found my daughter's cell phone was in her backpack. I didn't say nothing about where the backpack was. Why
Right.
he said, I don't know if the backpack was by her or what. Because my police report does state the backpack was by her. But
Right.
the coroner's report says that the backpack was on the 2 bottom steps.
Right.
So it's weird how he said the backpack was by her. And then I forget what else I was going to say that he said. What security guard do you know that takes the picture to attach to some files to show his employer? No security guard does that. They don't attach no pictures. They don't take pictures. They just tell what happened the night before.
Right. No, I just find
So
it
that's all I want to
interesting.
say about his
Yeah,
little
I
lying
just find it
statement.
interesting that he doesn't remember it was 2 years ago and then he suddenly remembers. But I wanted to just talk to you a little bit. What made you, when you heard this and saw the picture, etc., why did you think it was a murder as opposed to suicide? Why I'm asking this question is because people are using, especially, the people that had something to do with it, allegedly. They're kind of saying, well, Aaliyah was troubled. She threatened suicide before, threatened to hang herself, la, la, la. I have video here that refutes that entirely. What made you think it was murder as opposed to suicide in the beginning?
Well, I was kind of like, I guess, basically stuck on why my daughter, if she had only been up there not even an hour, why did she look like a zombie? Why did her face look like she had been gone for a long, long time? It was like she didn't look like herself, for one. And it was like the sheet was so short. It's like your natural body reaction. If something happened, if you do something like that, like I know, read about this guy in prison that killed himself hanging so his kids could get his little money before he went to court. And he put shampoo all on the floor because he knew his natural body reaction was going to stop that. So he put shampoo on the floor, so he's fine. So it was like, what about her natural body reaction? Her head's right there at the balcony. She has no bruising on her head.
Mm-hmm.
I was like that, and then she could have just grabbed the railing and pulled herself up, you know, and been like,
Yeah.
there's a bunch of factors. The reason why
Right.
I think.
Well, I just, I read the autopsy and I'm not going to read the whole thing, but there's several things in it that stuck out to me. So let me know what you think about this. So, they go on to say they found 22-year-old black female was found fully suspended from the second floor railing of her apartment complex and was pronounced dead at the scene at 4:43 a.m. on July 19th, 2020. Identification was confirmed by fingerprint comparison. Now, when I looked at this, first of all, I was thinking, who the hell wrote this? It's saying it's the Harris County Institute of Forensic Sciences by Assistant Medical Examiner Hannah F. Bieler-Mowitz, MD. Okay, Hannah. Anyway, so reading on. Now, the brown scalp hair is cropped short and measures up to 0.3 centimeters in length over the crown. The irids are brown and the corneas are transparent. Rare petechia are in the conjunctivae as described below. The ears are pierced, the nose is not unusual, the teeth are natural, blah, blah. The neck has no excess laxity or palpable adenopathy. Injuries of the neck are described below. I say, okay, so let's get to below. The body is cold to the touch. Subsequent to refrigeration, rigor mortis is well developed in the extremities. Rigor mortis is posterior and fixed. Now, what struck me about this is if she'd only been up there an hour. Well, first of all, if she did this herself and she did it with the phone in her hand, reflexes would make her drop the phone. How was she clutching?
Sorry, there's no way she could have tied the knots holding the cell phone in her hand.
Right. So how was she clutching the phone as tightly as she was? And I'm sorry, Denise, I don't want to cause you any more pain, but I just want to show this particular picture. Okay. And I'm trigger warning people, anyone, this is, not a good picture to look at, but I have to show it to show you what I'm talking about. Okay. I think it's this one. Okay. Oh, no, that's not the one. No, I didn't put the original one up. I can do that, but well, let's see if I can. Hold on a second. Well, maybe I'll do it next time. Let's get on. There is a picture, and Aaliyah is clutching this phone in her right hand, and it's clearly visible. Now, that was one of the first things. Now, the body temperature. It's saying here, when she got to the morgue, I mean, she obviously, this is prior to refrigeration. There was some discrepancy over that. What was that, Denise?
Well, I have them. The autopsy is hard for, because it's big words. So it's hard for me to understand it. So basically, I called them and recorded them, and I asked them what my daughter's body temperature was. And they are recorded telling me her body temperature was 96.7. 2 hours later, when she arrived to the morgue, they did say at first when they checked underneath the armpit, and I hadn't had them recorded. And then the following week, I was like, oh, I better call them back and record them that this is the temperature. So when I called back and recorded them, they told me it was 96.7 when she arrived to the morgue. The only thing They didn't say it was by the armpit, but she told me the first time I called it was by the armpit because I was like shocked. But yet I have their policy and procedures, and their policy and procedures say that they were supposed to check the temperature at the scene. They were supposed to question the neighbors and witnesses. They were supposed to see how my daughter's demeanor was beforehand. They did none of that. And then when I told them they did not follow their policy and procedures, she had me read on there like she didn't believe I had it. I had to read the numbers and show her that I actually had it. And she was like, "Oh, that's the police job." But it's your policy and procedures. So how is that the police job?
Right. So, okay, that was the first thing that kind of jumped out at me. Then, when they were examining her, she says very rare petechia are in the right upper palpable conjunctivi. No additional petechia of the sclerosing or oral mucosa seen. I mean, they're talking about the eyeballs, right? So generally what happens, there are two ways of hanging. One is the short hanging and one is the long hanging. From what I saw from that photograph, it looked like a short hanging, which generally when people do that, their eyeballs will pop. I'm sorry to say this, but it's got to be said. There would be, her eyes would almost look black with the petechia. What they're saying here was there really wasn't very much, which does not make sense. They're calling it very rare petechia, which means it sounds to me like maybe she was strangled as opposed to hanging herself. You know, that stuck out to me. Next thing, a layered examination of the anterior neck reveals no injury to the cervical strap muscles and no fractures of the hyoid bone, laryngeal cartilages, or cervical vertebrae. So that means she didn't have a broken neck. And like I was explaining, with the short hanging, the neck won't usually break. With the long hanging, that's when your neck snaps and, you know, it goes into the vertebrae. Well, there was none of that, you know, and I'm just finding this really weird. Anyway, other injuries, knee hurt, no mention of bruising on the arms. And that's where this picture comes in. Okay. Now, if you look at Aaliyah's arms here, there's bruising. It looks like all the way down. So why isn't that in the, oh, she had a scrape on her knee. Well, why did she have a scrape on her knee? And if you look at her arm there, you can see 1, 2, 3. In fact, I see 4.
Right.
I see 4.
One of them is lighter. The one on the wrist is like a long one, like somebody was holding her wrist.
Yeah, look at that. Yes. Yeah, she looks like she's been either they've used some type of ligature to keep her hands together. But I see 4 bruises, one at the top there, one a little way down, another one here, and that one at the end. So I'm just wondering what the hell with that. Now,
and then actually, I'm sorry to interrupt, but actually the coroner's office, I called, I don't have them recorded, but I called and asked, did my daughter defecate on herself? They told me they couldn't tell from the pants she was wearing. Well, I have a voice clip in that the girl lives in Texas and knows,
excuse me,
and knows she always was around my daughter and knows how my daughter dresses. And she says she never seen my daughter in no pants. I did not get my daughter's clothing, even though I asked for them, but nobody knew where they went. I believe they changed her clothes. That's why the coroner could not tell she defecated on herself.
Right.
My daughter does not. If you look at every picture of her, she does not dress like that.
No, let me put some pictures of Aaliyah up for a minute. This is Aaliyah, everybody.
Get out. Get out.
Beautiful girl. Beautiful girl. This is very sad. I'm going to put this at the end so everybody knows. Denise, we're still fighting for justice. Any tips? You've got the HPD homicide telephone number there, and there is a reward up to $10,000. Now, last thing. So at the end of this, it said pro-patient forum and ovale, which basically means it's the hole in the heart that she had. Were you aware of that? It was still there? Okay, she had a... Yeah, so usually what happens when babies are born with this, it closes on its own. Aaliyah's didn't. And so later in life, it can lead to stroke because it affects the blood circulation. And I find that really weird. In any event, we do have good news. We do have a forensic person that was a medical examiner, is a medical examiner, deals with this type of thing. And she's going to be asking for the autopsy photographs, all the information that Denise has been unable to get, and go over it with a fine-tooth comb, because at the end of the day, you want answers. Now, moving along. Yeah, this autopsy troubles me. What is it?
This
yeah,
is what I found that. I don't know if y'all can see it.
Yeah. Oh, I've got the wait a minute, let me see what I've got here. I think I have the video of where is he?
Because it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I think this is it. Hang on a minute. Let's see if this is it.
Hey, TikTok, Uncle Paul here. So I am reporting live where HPD alleges that Aaliyah Wilson hung herself right up here. See that? Yeah. Now look at some bullshit. Look at this. So they allege that she left her apartment where you clearly see dirt. You see leaves. She came up these stairs. And I hope people are watching me. And then she came right up here where she hangs herself with a bed sheet. HPD are full of shit. Justice for Aaliyah Wilson.
Yeah.
I'm just showing this because I'm getting it right. Underneath the stairs was her apartment door. So they're alleging that she came out the apartment door, walked upstairs, walked way down to where this picture's cut off at. There's other spots she could have done this at. And where the picture's cut off on the other side, this side, is the exit gate to the parking lot. Just steps away from her door.
Yeah, I got rid of myself so you can see like a little better. So after all of this, what happened? The security man took the picture. Now, he gave the picture to the police, did he? Oh, he didn't. He just put it on social media.
No, he gave it to the Black Panthers. And that's the Black Panthers. They didn't even know my daughter was holding a cell phone in her hand. Right. But yeah, they wanted my husband to look at the picture and see what they think.
Right.
How the Black Panthers got involved is a friend of mine in Texas there got a hold of them, and they contacted me in Michigan.
Right.
And I even have a candlelight visual they did like in August for my daughter. And they said, it's not in the video because it's kind of cut off, but they said they were going to investigate this as a murder.
Right.
But they didn't even know my daughter was holding a cell phone in her hand. I'm giving them information and they're like, asking me the same questions, and I'm like, I already gave you that information. The head Black Panther guy, Mr. Yarkanin, he said he had this girl go talk to Sirach. Sirach sent me a picture of the girl and was like, "This is who I talked to."
Right.
I sent it to Mr. Yarkanin, and Mr. Yarkanin said, "Who is this?" "What do you mean, who is this? That's the girl you said to talk to Sirach." And he said, "Yeah." Then he said, "Yes." And I got that in text messages where I sent it to him, and he was like, "Who is this?" And then when I told him who it was, he agreed. Okay, yeah, that's why. How do you not know who you sent to talk to Sirach? For one. So I feel, I don't know. I don't feel they did anything. I feel that probably the police told them to leave it alone, or they were going to come after them and mess with their organizations, so they left it alone. Another story about them, I had did an interview with this lady called BS Icon, and I did an interview with her, and I gave it the Black Panther's number, and she called him on live and basically told him, well, she feels like you ghosted her. And he said, no. He was like, I told her the case was closed, and I told her I spoke to Courtney. I'm like, no, you didn't. And basically got off the interview because I didn't want to argue with him. But anyways, the next day, he had told her he could send her a picture of my daughter hanging, and she's not holding a cell phone in her hand.
Okay, I actually, while you were talking, I pulled the picture up. Now, do you mind me showing it?
Oh, go ahead.
Okay, and again, trigger warning, everybody. This is a little graphic, but it's necessary. So this, hang on, let me remove. Okay, so this is the picture of how they found Aaliyah. Now, oh my gosh, I wish I'm not sure how to make this bigger. Let's see if I can make it bigger. Hang on, let's see. I'm going to remove you. I'm going to remove. Okay, it's not good. I'm not quite sure how to make this bigger. Hold on one second.
I can send you the picture where we blew it up to just our hands.
Yeah, if you can send me that, because she's holding it in her right hand, and it's very visible. It's very visible. You can't see it in this picture, but it's very visible. It's over here, and she's clutching it. You know, it makes absolutely no sense. Also, what doesn't make sense to me, you know, look at this now. If she'd have jumped down, first of all, she would have dropped that phone. Secondly, the way this is kind of tied there, I don't know. I just feel like something would have happened with this, what she's tied to here. You know, would it?
Actually,
do you know what I mean?
I went out there with Lady G. She's on TikTok. She's like a big time person there. But I went big creator. I went. Went out there, and she's like probably like 90 pounds. She stood on the balcony or that railing, and it moved. She bounced on it and was like that. And I looked at it. That balcony or that railing was not secure at all. It was loose. You could just shake it like this.
Yeah.
Now another. They have since sold the building, so the new owners have tacked it down. So now it's not.
Yeah, but I looking at that, it looks kind of fragile, and I would imagine if she'd have jumped, there would have been some type of force, and her automatic reaction would have been to drop the phone, and I think that railing would have come down. Something, you know, that I'm not buying that. Hold on a second. So the other thing I wanted to play is now. Hold on. Tell me who the. Let me play it and then explain it. Okay.
Hello, Miss Denise. I was just sending you this voice message because I don't know if you ever noticed, but when Aaliyah died, I told you, and I say again, I told you that it had something to do with Ciroc and the other people and stuff. I told you that because the simple fact is, I knew for a fact. I heard it with my own 2 ears, and on top of that, Ciroc was moving funny, and she went to Aaliyah's apartment and picked up that stuff and cleaned up behind herself and etc. That same week, for about 2 months, people were looking for me because I knew so much about the situation. So people were trying to kill me for your daughter.
Okay, could you hear that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That
Explain that. Who is that?
that was one of my daughter's friends that were there in Texas with her. She lives there in Texas and she knows these people. That was her. A voice clip, and she had left me.
And so did she go to the police with that information? Did they question her?
No, they questioned nobody. And actually, the police are covering this up. I know they're covering this up.
Which is my next question. Why do you think that they're covering up? I don't know. To me, it looks really sloppy. It looks like they can't be bothered. They just want to, hey, it's a suicide. Why do you think that is?
I think they are covering up because I have just found out that Ciroc is a Piru blood. She is a gang member.
What is a Piru blood? What's the difference?
I'm sorry, what?
What is a Piru blood?
I don't know. I know it's a gang. Piru is gang, and she's a Piru blood, and then they have bloods. So, and I guess so. I don't know, but I found out that her mother has a lot of money. Her mother has always covered for her. Her mother is well known in Houston. She is friends with the DA. She has ties with them. She has ties.
This is her, correct? Is this her?
Yeah, that's her.
Okay, and what's her name?
Rose Golf. And actually, she, her daughter posted online, Ciroc Golf, posted online that she was thumbprint number 2 to unlock my daughter's phone. I met up with Ciroc at a gas station, and it was down the street, not even a block from my daughter's apartment where they met me. And they picked the spot, and that was the spot where they met me. And Ciroc, she was 28 years old. She showed up in a car with her best friend driving, which I understand. But then in a whole separate car, mommy and daddy showed up. And mommy
and this is Ciroc right here, right?
Right, that's a recent picture.
Okay, that's Ciroc. And who was Ciroc to Aaliyah?
Aaliyah had just met Ciroc. Aaliyah knew her in a month. Aaliyah only knew her a month. Aaliyah was I have probable cause against her, and my probable cause against Ciroc is that on June 22nd, it states in the police report that Aaliyah was the driver. There was somebody in the passenger seat, and she went to pick somebody up, and there was an unknown suspect in the back seat. And the unknown suspect in the back seat jumped out from under clothes and hit the passenger in the head with the bottle.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the police report says. But yet, when I was being nice to Courtney to get information, Courtney told me Aaliyah was the getaway driver. I said, getaway driver to what? She said Aaliyah went to pick up this girl named Tay. I'll just use her first name, Tay. And Ciroc was in the back seat underneath covers. And Ciroc jumped out from underneath the back seat, hit Tay in the head with the bottle. Then when Tay came got her senses back in her head, she realized what was going on. She ended up covering her head up, and Ciroc was hitting her with a crowbar. Then, so she had bruises all on her arms and stuff. And then Courtney told me that Tay's gang got mad at her for not wanting to retaliate on Aaliyah. Okay, that was June 22nd. Now on June 28th, I have a sex video with Aaliyah and Ciroc. And Courtney sent it to me. She had told me on the phone it was disturbing and then sent me the video. Well, Ciroc also sent me the video. But Courtney sent me the whole thing. Ciroc cut out a part of it. And the part that was the very beginning, the caption. And what the caption read, I always thought Aaliyah probably sent the video to Courtney to make her jealous. Oh no. Ciroc sent Courtney the video and the caption read, "This is how you keep your girl."
Listen, so let's go through this motley crew here. Sorry. And you tell me who these people are. So this is a picture of Blue and Aaliyah.
Yeah.
Who's Blue? Excuse me. Who is Blue?
Blue is the one that considered herself my daughter's sister, her twin, her best friend. But if you read what the caption says on that, on July, I think it was July 26th of 2020, she said, "They took you from me." Who's they? You got suicidal awareness, and then you write, "They took you from me"?
Okay, so this is Ciroc's mother. Right?
Yes, that's Rose Goff. That's her again, Rose Goff.
Right, and this is Ciroc's mother, correct? Okay. This is Blue.
Yeah.
That's the one who said, "They took you from me." Okay, this is Ciroc. And who is this?
That's the ex-girlfriend, Courtney Brown.
Okay.
AKA Chris Brown, AKA Chris Breezy.
Oh, Christ. Okay, and this picture is who?
Okay, well, I know Courtney.
What is this circle? See, it's small. I don't know how to make it bigger, but something is circled there in the back.
Right.
What is that?
That is a box spring. That is my daughter's box spring that was missing out her bedroom. It's black, wrapped in plastic.
Right.
Yeah, it could kind of be coincidental, but I got a picture of Aaliyah with that box spring on her bed, and then it became missing. And she's got the video. And
yeah, I'm seeing this. When they went into Aaliyah's apartment,
and then they
this
went
was
back.
no longer there, correct?
No, when I went there, it was no longer there. So they went back a couple of times to my daughter's apartment because my daughter's window was not broken once, but it was broken twice since she was dead.
Okay.
And then I talked to one of Blue's associates, and she said on the 19th when it happened, or it was probably the 19th, she said she took Blue by my daughter's apartment, and she came out with a comforter, and she was like, if anything was in the comforter, I don't know. Well, Courtney sent me a message asking me what I wanted on my daughter's room. Maintenance caught Blue coming out of my daughter's apartment on the 24th. Why'd you go back a second time?
Right.
So that mattress, so they went back and kept going to get stuff and probably clean up evidence. So the box spring was missing, but I got a picture right there of it, black wrapped in plastic. Courtney's got one, black wrapped in plastic. One of my followers confronted her on it, and she tried to tell my follower it was a blow-up mattress. And since then, she has taken that video down, but I have it.
Okay. And this is also Courtney, correct?
Yes.
Right. Now, how long after Aaliyah's death did she do this? Now, for people that can't really see it very well, what is this? TikTok or?
No, that's an app called Stereo. One of my TikTok people told me, they told me to go look at this app Stereo, and they said, look at her username. Her username is Aaliyah Killer.
Yeah, that's right here. I can see that.
This, I believe, was done May 22nd and probably 2022. So it was a little bit afterwards that she
Right.
had did it. But now she has gone to that app. I noticed she's gone to the app. Her name is no longer Aaliyah Killer on there. Her
What
name
is
is
it now?
Chris. Her name is Chris now on there. She done
Oh,
took Aaliyah, but I got a screenshot.
okay.
So,
All
and
right.
she don't even be on the app for, for her to have changed it. So I know she's watching me because I
Right.
know she's seen me mention this.
Right. Okay. So I just want to play just some of the after Aaliyah's death, how this Courtney was speaking to you. I mean, it was just unbelievable. So I have the recordings here. Okay, so I'm just going to play a few of them. And the thing about this, people, is that according to Courtney, Aaliyah was the love of her life, etc. If she had nothing to do with it, you would have thought she would have been a little bit more sympathetic to Aaliyah's mother. But I really don't understand this. But I just wanted them to hear how you've been treated by this person. Okay, so let's see.
That be the reason why I am so glad that I will never get somebody like that bitch. Because you know why? That hoe was crazy. She was like, yo, dumbass. So, yes, you're right. I will never get someone like her. Bitch, I'm gonna get somebody better and much more finer. Thank you, bitch.
Now, basically, what she's saying there is she can get somebody better than Aaliyah and much more finer. I mean, what kind of man? Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Wait. I want to play this. Again, trigger warning. I didn't realize it was in with this group. I apologize for that. Denise, brace yourself. But it's necessary. Now, this is a recording of Aaliyah right before she passed, correct, Denise?
Well, it wasn't right before she passed. I basically got it to show that Courtney was abusing Aaliyah. But this was, I think, December of 2019.
Okay. All right, let me play it. This is Aaliyah.
When I breathe, I come home. I just heard my head got baked in. Like, I want to come home, Mama. I don't care about that stuff. I just want to know why everybody hate me.
Oh.
I just want to come home. I want to go home. Again, I'm scared to where I just gave me like I should have to do like that.
Oh, hang on, let me stop it. Hang on. Oh, yeah.
And I've got some pretty bad voice clippings still. Like one of my daughter's friends was like, my daughter used to call her at the time and tell her that Courtney was beating her. She said Courtney used to beat her up.
Yeah,
Like,
I have that. I have one of those too. Let me see. I'm not sure which one this is. Hold on.
All I know is that I got phone calls multiple times from Aaliyah saying that Courtney was coming over there drunk, putting her hands on her. Like I said, Courtney was very abusive. She was mean. You know, she would go to work her hours, and then come home, and then she would be drunk as fuck. I had multiple calls to Aaliyah calling me, telling me that this girl was putting her hands on her, and she was scared. Now, I don't know if she has anything to do with her passing, but I don't put it past Courtney because she was very abusive to the girl. She really beat her.
Okay, so Denise, it's coming up to the hour. What we'll do, let me know when you're next available, and we'll go into more of these people, and delve into it. We do have a lady that is a medical examiner. She's going to be pulling the autopsy photographs, and go through it with a fine-tooth comb, because really Denise wants answers. She deserves answers. They try and defile her and defame Denise, you know, saying she's a drunk, she's this, she's that. I can even talk about that, but you know, they try and demoralize her and talk badly about her, but that has nothing to do with the death of Aaliyah. It has nothing to do with that. Families have issues. Aaliyah was troubled at times, but I also have a recording where her friend is saying Aaliyah would never do that. Aaliyah was a beautiful girl. She had a lot to live for. She could have had any one she wanted. So yeah, at times maybe she was troubled, but that doesn't make Denise a bad mother, and it has zero to do with Aaliyah's death. And her mother wants answers, and we're going to get them for her. So I'm going to ask everybody to share this video, share it everywhere you possibly can, to get with it. The goal is to get Houston Police Department to reopen it. Reopen the case, look at it again. I think it's been some very sloppy police work. This autopsy, in my opinion, isn't worth the paper it's written on. It's 3 pages. I've never seen one like this before. Normally they go really into detail. It's the bare minimum, if you ask me. And there's so much in here that at the very minimum, if I'd have got this, I would have said I would leave it open pending investigation. But they quickly ruled it a suicide. Why? This doesn't point to suicide to me, nor does the other evidence. And we're going to delve into that next video. So we'll get together, Denise. Let me know when you're available, and we'll get together. Is there anything you want to end with for this video?
I'm good. But I think you might have to do more than 2 parts, because usually when
it could be 3 or 4 parts. Who cares if we have to do it once a week?
There's a lot of evidence, a lot of stuff that.
Right.
Like,
No, if we have to do it once a week, we're going to do it. You know, I don't know if you want to do it once a week or, you know, every few days. It's up to you. We'll talk about that. But
whenever you're available, find me, because I'm here all the time.
Right.
Almost
the
every
thing
day.
is, the medical examiner, she's going to go through the autopsy report. She's going to request, you know, information from Houston, and she's got a lot to go through. So once she comes to her conclusion, you know, we'll do that also. No, I don't care if it takes 10 videos. You know, we'll get through it bit by bit. But the hour's up now, so I'll give you a call later. We'll set up the next one. And everybody, please share this video. The goal is to get Houston Police Department to reopen this case. It should never have been closed, in my opinion. Denise has been battling 4 years with this by herself. And they do that, you know, a lot of it, I believe, is because they know she doesn't have the resources to get attorneys and all this stuff. And they think they can just shoo her away. So anyone that can help here, any lawyers that might want to look at it pro bono, any help Denise can get, she'll appreciate. Correct, Denise?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, people. So that's it from me. Like I said, everyone share this video, and we'll be back on again very soon with the next part. We're going to delve into these people that were around Aaliyah and what Denise thinks happened. Okay. All right, Denise, thanks for coming on.
All right, you have a good night. Thank you.
Okay, I'll give you a call in a little while, okay? All right, take care, everybody.